Hello there, planner people, and welcome to my long overdue update on One Book July. Here we are. It's technically Thursday of August 4th, I believe, or 3rd, August 3rd, there we go. And I am still in this bad boy. Rather, it's a lady. It's a nice lady. Because by now this planner has, clued me in on some of its characteristics, and its true colors are starting to show. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know that I really enjoyed this Traveler's Notebook. It is a foxy fix. It's a number 7 again in Wildflower, which I think is like a leather they really only use during sales and that sort of thing. So maybe it's not that great, or maybe they can only get it in small quantities. I don't know what the terms are, but it is different from other foxy fix leathers I've had in the past. So my A6 Harry Potter style one is, let's grab that, is Rowena, and to me it's very similar to Rowena. It's just a hair thicker, which is good because I think for a planner this size I wanted more stability, but it's the same in that it has the same, like, it looks better, or it lends itself more to the daily rigors of everyday life. You know, the little scratches, the scuffs, the bending, the folding. And I think I really prefer these leathers. I've tried like the sugar style from Foxy Fix, and I don't so much care for it. The Boss Babe style I don't like either, because it's like, I don't know. It's not my style, let's just say that. I like the way that leather wears, and with those, I feel like a wear in that sort of leather, it mars it more than beautifies it, if you catch me. So we're still here. I have made some changes. Not yet, because this pocket is still the same, still holding the pretty note paper. My planning insert's the same. I did add some Avery tabs up here. These are the Avery Martha Stewart collection ones that I think you can get at Staples or wherever she has her exclusive contract dealing. Sorry, my paper's moving around. My desk is in a state of shambles, and I refuse to clean it because if you follow me on Instagram, you know I've been without air conditioning for like a week plus, and I am just over it. It's too hot here in Southern California. We're having a really bad humidity spell, so probably similar to what Florida goes through on a daily basis, but for Southern California that's kind of rare for us, so it's pretty miserable. But yes, so back to planning. Sorry if this video's all over the place. I'll try to make it as brief as possible. But I'm still in this insert. Still have not finished it, but if we remind ourselves of what I set out to do for this One Book July, it was really just use what I have, and no spend. Try decorating it yourself before resorting to stickers and kits. I placed specific emphasis on having everything all together, and I realized that's not really not feasible. It's not really desirable, let's say. If anything, what I carry with me on a daily basis needs to kind of be very specific and portable, and not like everything. I don't need to bring the kitchen sink with me, and I think this challenge has made me realize that. So the planner insert's still here. My wallet insert is still here, though I remembered to take everything out of it. Plus, I'm not really using this as a wallet anymore. More on that later. I added a monthly insert. This is just the Annie Plans Printables academic calendar for the cashier size. I printed it on like the best paper you can buy at Target, which isn't saying much, but it's slightly heftier than your typical copier paper. And then I just pasted the covers into a piece of craft paper that I had and used some beautiful washi to kind of make it look like a book. So I think that was pretty neat. This is the other half of that wallet insert. This is just a standard traveler's size that I got at Michael's. And in here I'm keeping like the Korean and Japanese like planner stickers because I really like them, I have found. And this is probably the most beautiful sticker sheet I have ever possessed, and it is from You and Me Make, and I don't think they have a website anymore. I think they shifted to Etsy only, but then I periodically check and their store isn't up and running. So if you're out there, if you watch this video, I like your store. If you want to come back, that's cool. If you don't, that's fine too, but I hope all is well. And here is my journal insert. So already we are missing my watercolor pages, and that is because I found I prefer to have my watercolor stuff in my watercolor sketchbook. I have a moleskin that my husband gave me like a few years ago, and after I film this, I'm just gonna cut the watercolor sketches I did do and paste it, or not paste it, but like washi it, tip it into that sketchbook because I prefer to have it there. And I made a perfect space for it in my desk along with my watercolors, so it has its own space and I don't need to bring it with me. I did journal a lot, or more so than I have been in the past, thanks to this challenge. I placed emphasis on watercolor, and I thought that was really what I wanted to focus on, like that was going to be my creative outlet. And I do love watercoloring, it's just I also like doodling, I think, a little bit more. So that's what I did here. That's a semi-accurate representation of myself, and that's just some pages. This is from a haul that I got from Cute Things from Japan, documenting my birthday stuffs, a project I'm working on, documenting all of the planners I've gone through this year. But see, they're like sketchy micron little doodles, and my most recent page. So that's about it. And then I have some stamps in the back, and I still have my creative writing thing. So I feel like this is enough. This is all I technically need to bring with me. And going forward, since school is a little bit closer, we're like a month, I have a month before I have to go back, I'm realizing now that I'm going to be devoid of time again. I'm going to be in that manic state, and what I really desire from my planner, or my primary planner, is probably portability. So I've reached a dilemma. I really like this size, and I think the cashier size for planning will be good once I'm back in school, but I feel like I kind of just wasted the space during this challenge. The only spread I super liked was this one. So let's talk about planning for a little bit, because that's the most important function, I think, of my notebooks, regardless of which one I use. So I did a monthly. thinking this was going to be my sole monthly, and this is all I would need. I realized I didn't reference this as much as I should have. So I was tracking things like my no spend and stuff like that in here, but I wasn't actually coming back to it. So it was a failure on my part, but at the same time, I don't think it was realistic either. And I just widened that out. If you saw the plan with me, I put 42 days because that's the span from the first week to the last week, which I did not do. I stopped here. Just stopped there. So really my challenge went for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So 35 days. So when it comes to tracking and that sort of stuff, ooh, that does not play nicely with the white gel pen I used as whiteout. But as far as that's concerned, the most important thing I liked about this spread was that I was tracking my attendance. And I had like little circles or pyramid shapes to denote days that I actually had to be somewhere, where I made either a social contract or a work contract or a school contract, something like that, to which I needed to hold myself accountable because I am prone to flaking. It's a result of my anxiety, or it stems from it rather. So I really liked that I was holding myself accountable, but I don't need all this in order to do so. So when it came to August, this is essentially all I need to keep up with my attendance. And I'll have a plan with me on this style. Again, using some beautiful empty washi. It's the William Morse style. And so this is my calendar, because I'm going to do all my pre-planning in this bad boy, where I have events, some important dates that I'm marking off with those stickers that are in here. So this is all a self-contained system. And I've been referencing this far more than I kinda ever referenced this one. So, but I mean, there were things I could improve upon. So like, there are some things I would still like to track, or I would prefer to track monthly rather than weekly. So weekly I was tracking if I was writing, if I was journaling, Instagram posts, food tracking, whether I posted a video, whether I watercolored. And that was important to me in July, but things have kind of shifted now. So important to me is still reading, writing, not eating fast food, posting a YouTube video, actually making my Instagram account up to date, whether or not I play video games, because if I'm not doing any of this, chances are I'm probably doing that. Whether or not I walk the dog, because it's really easy for me to kind of stop and my husband to pick up the slack, and it won't even affect him, or he won't even like feel resentful about it, which is dangerous because that puts me in a place where then I don't exert myself when I should be, like walking the dog. So keeping myself accountable to those sort of things is important, and that's what I'd like to track monthly, as well as my mood tracker, which is new to me. I only listed a few things, a few moods. I wanted to keep it simple, so I have great, okay, meh, low, and the worst is in pencil. I hope I never have that day. And I also, a lot of you guys said that you liked kind of the rise and retire that I put into this spread, and I liked it too, but it doesn't really do much to have it on a weekly unless I plug in the numbers after the fact into like some sort of spreadsheet or something. But I'm lazy and probably won't have time for that, so I decided I should just plug it in monthly at my month at a glance. So I numbered it 1 through 31 because there are 31 days this month. Brown is what time I retired. Blue is what time I rose. So Tuesday, or rather Wednesday and Thursday, some funny business was happening because my dog is sick. I think it has something to do with the heat, but she's just not a happy camper, which means I'm not a happy camper, so that's why I'm meh, because my sleep is all crazy. And I think it is the heat and not having the air conditioner. But this is stuff I prefer to look at on a monthly side. On a weekly side, I shifted my spending tracker here because I think this was too ambitious to try and track my no spend or my spending at my monthly side, because all that does is make me feel bad about, oh crap, I forgot to document this or something like that, when I do most of my planning or most of my day-to-day stuff in the actual planner part. So I'm documenting my spending here, starting off with the weekly view, then branching out into a monthly, I think, and watching it evolve over the month, in the same manner as my sleep tracker. But so this is probably more of a traditional bullet journal style compared to my previous iteration of the month. But at the same time, I feel like I have too much room at the moment. So if we go to like the last couple of weeks of July, you can really see I was struggling to do something with it. And I didn't even have a plan with me on this because it was so basic. I tried to do like a typewriter font, and then I didn't track like barely at all. And I didn't really have much going on except for like work and stuff, so I felt like it was way too much space. And here for my birthday spread, I really wanted to use this kit from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. It's their mini kit because the colors were so pretty. And I really liked the yellow, and I added some yellow washi too. So I slapped down the stickers like Monday of last week, and then I didn't revisit this until the 29th. So then I decided to make it sort of like a memory planning space, and that's what I'll do with this for the rest of this insert. So for the rest of the summer, I think this is going to be like more of a memory planner, like just reminding myself of what I did or where I spent my time, kind of. So that's also what I did here, and why I felt like I could use more stickers to take up space. Plus, it was Harry Potter's birthday, so had to use one of my fantastic odd loop sticker kits. I'm not avoiding stickers anymore. I'm just not going to be purchasing them anytime soon. I'm going to use what I have. I went through like a nihilistic or rebellious phase probably last week when I was doing nothing, when I was just chilling and letting life actually happen rather than trying to plan it out. Or I was like, screw these stickers, they're holding me back. I'm going to de-stash everything. I'm going to sell it on eBay. I'm going to give it away. I don't care. I just want them gone. But I bought them because they're cute and they make me happy. So I'll use them. I just won't replenish them, I don't think. So I'm going to stop hoarding and actually start using. So that's why, because I really, going back to this style of journaling, which is a lot more free form and what I'm more comfortable with than the Hobonichi style, where I was trying to make it work previously with that in the previous months. See if I got a safe one. I don't really know, but I was kind of trying a little more here to do something creative, but it was too constricting. This isn't mine. This is from Pear Tea Stickers or something. So I think the safer space to do that is in my journal here. So I will keep this up. I will make a new insert once this is dead, because we're already halfway done with this, and I'm surprised. I really didn't think I would get that far. But that's what you learn with a challenge like this, what you actually like to do. And I'm still using my Hobonichi. It's just to do like writing about writing, or writing about my mood, or writing about why I'm not writing. So it's much more of a mental health sort of thing there. Here it's just like happy, this is what I'm doing. These are the projects I'm undertaking. This is where I went. This is what I'm wearing. This is what I'm playing with. Whatever. This is more of a happy space. So there's that. And like I said, for school, I'm still not sure. The verdict's out. I think this is a good size for school. I think I will likely I still need to mock it up somehow before I feel comfortable entering school next month. But I feel like I'm going to have like this sort of layout and homework on this side. But at the same time, I feel like it's too much space. Like perhaps my true size is maybe a regular traveler's notebook and not the wide or the cashier size like this is. But I don't know. There is a traveler's notebook that I would want. It's the, so I'm tracking stuff that I'm actually doing this summer. But I need to fill some stuff in because I've watched a lot more TV shows and watched a lot more movies. And I've also tried to use watercolor in that Foxy Fix paper. It takes it better than I thought it would. Still not fantastic though. I have a feeling that maybe this size, this actual traveler's notebook size, might be the ticket, which is ridiculous because it's only a few inches off from this wide size. But the only one that I'd be willing to purchase is the olive edition because that's one of my favorite colors, yellow and like that olive green sort of color. And those are sold out, or they're asking exorbitant amounts on eBay or something like that. So I will hold out and stick with this because this is working. This is happy. The last week of July, which was my birthday week, I had some recent acquisitions because, like I said, my no spend was just too daunting and I rebelled against myself, which is so lame. But and I wound up buying a Chic Sparrow Pocket, which you may have seen in my Instagram feed. I wound up buying a Chic Sparrow Pocket thinking that it's not working because it's a size thing, and also because I wanted to try Chic Sparrow and the Pocket was on sale, and how often does that happen? So I bought it. I got it. It was the Pemberley. I got it in Castle Rock without pockets, and it was really pretty, and I carried it around to work for a day, and I'm like, this is the perfect like palmable size. This is great. But it was just kind of like too stiff. I didn't feel like I wanted to invest the time to make it work. I wanted something that worked immediately. So when I was trolling eBay for traveler's notebooks, this Chic Sparrow Odyssey Pocket came up, and I jumped at it because it looked awesome. So it's weathered, it has creases, and marks. It does not scratch easily, and it is Chic Sparrow. It has a pen loop, but best of all, it has these pockets, and I've been using this as a wallet and also as a planner. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, you probably recognize that as a Horcrux. To me, this really reminds me of Tom Riddle's diary as realized in the film Chamber of Secrets, because I'm a nerd like that, and I wanted to keep the theme going. So maybe I'll dress it up for Halloween with like some, I don't know, washi tape maybe that will be nice and kind to the leather. I don't know, but I think it looks pretty Tom Riddle-y already. But I've been using this as a wallet and my go-to planner for keeping track of my actual tasks. So take this off. So I experimented with passport kind of style layout. So I have the week on one page and then like kind of a dashboard hub, which I didn't wind up utilizing, but I actually did use this in the moment this week of July. And I think this is more in line with my reality. I think I often feel daunted by like a huge spread and nothing's done, or like what I feel can be accomplished in that day is not realistic compared with the size. Like, this is size for a lot of shit to go down, and honestly I'm probably just focusing on one thing that day, especially when school comes around and it's like I'm in classes from, oh wait, this is Saturday, but let's say Thursday I'm in class from 1 to 7, and then I probably had work in the morning. That's really 2 events, and I'm going to be left with all this space. It's just going to make me feel bad. So I think this might be a more viable option in the future. So I did plan out this week, and I realized I need to be okay with the blank spaces. So if you remember, I showed you at the beginning of this whole deal, I showed you my sugar paper planner, which was the last time I was truly happy with planning. And looking back at that, I had blank spaces and I was cool with that. So I need to be okay with that again. And I think this might help me bust my butt and actually get me to that place if I put a little bit of self-control on force myself to focus on very minimal style planning. That was a lot of rambling to say. I think I like the pocket size. And I especially like that field notes are easy to come by. And this is field note size, and I really, really like the way it feels in my hand. It's really portable, really easy. Also really like this bookmark. I even made a little notebook the other day using a tutorial from Scrapcraftastic. So I'll post a link there. I'm sure you've seen it though if you watch any sort of planning videos. And I just used a piece of vellum I had and a piece of fancy Planner Society paper, and I actually put my money in there this way, but I thought I was going to use it earlier when I was out and about, so I moved it here for ease of use. And then I have a Midori passport size zip pocket, and I do keep cards here as well as my debit card and my ID here. I have like a medical card and my student ID here. Here there's nothing, but I'm thinking of putting just a piece of ephemera or something like that there just to stabilize it a little bit because it is a little floppy. This is a Midori insert too that I got from Jet Pens, thinking it would be the right size as like a field note insert, but being completely wrong because it's a little squat thing. But that's okay because I like it too, because I think the key to my success is going to be in pre-planning. So I've listed some stuff I gotta do. I've already mapped out the month with my work hours. I'm just not sure when work starts. I think it starts here. The community college I work for starts back up this week, and I think we start a week after, so I will put that in when I come to it. And then as my days go, I'm just going to highlight to mark it off with my mild liners, most likely. I'm also going to keep bill pay reminders here, because when a planning system doesn't work for me, that's how I can tell first. When I'm kind of all loosey-goosey with my bill payment due dates. Not that I'm ever late, except for one time when my planning system critically failed on me, I think in February, because I was using like 4 different planners and wasn't happy at all. I think that's the only time I was late. But I can start to tell when a system isn't working when it's like the day before and I realize I have a bill, so I'm gonna keep that here in the monthly too. Because that's more personal, and I also want the ease of actually like whipping it out in class and being able to scribble down my homework assignments and stuff like that. I made it sound very violent, but I think this will be the place where I can do that. Keep it to a week on one page, and then homework or like a dashboard for sticky notes, because it'll probably be sticky notes because I love sticky notes, especially page flags. And that's probably what's going to go in here to remind me of homework assignments. Did I just talk myself into a pocket for the school semester? I think I did. Oh dear. But I just have some more Midori stickers, so like the second half of the sets that I have in here. And then more field notes. This little guy is awesome. So I know you can't get these really anymore. They're discontinued now. The lunacy style with the gray like dot hash check thing. But these are the new ones that are out right now. They have perforated pages and they come in 3 different colors. So this beautiful like banana yellow with the matching foil, turquoise, and like a tomato red. And they're great for just jotting down notes. And if I need to work on something a little bit more than just what this page allows for, I can rip it out and, I don't know, put it over here somewhere or bring it somewhere else in my life, and I don't feel super structured penned in, which is ridiculous because the only one putting restrictions on myself is myself. So yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is that I really like the One Book July challenge because it helped me focus on myself as a planner, and really the only time I have to really think about it like that, or to take a step back in my life and think critically about that, is the summer. Because come fall, I'm working 4 days a week, going to school 5, and I have no days off. And I know I'll be able to do it. It's just, do I do it in a hurried state where I have post-its all over the gosh darn place and I feel like nothing is certain and nothing is contained? Or do I do it with a partner in crime that can contain my madness and also facilitate it, or facilitate my functioning, let's say? And I think I just did talk myself into a pocket. So this will be at-home journal, because I do still want to do that. I think that is the key to also help keeping me sane in the coming months of 2017, because that's made me really happy. And even just showing it off to my husband, and it can spark conversations and stuff like that about like, hey, remember that one time we did that thing, and stuff like that. So it's a good time for all. And this is a very unobtrusive, easily portable system. So yeah, I'm sorry it wasn't more revelatory or awesome. I think I'm just having a not so great day because of the heat, so I really apologize. I just wanted to get this video out for myself and for you. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, because I feel I was a little bit unfocused and probably rambling all over the place, and I feel like this video is going to be too long, so definitely ask me questions. And thank you again for following me on this journey. I do have some stuff planned in the future. I'm gonna show you how I set up my August and my first week. I'm also gonna do a journal with me for the planners that I've used so far this year. And I'm going to do a back to school sort of little segment with what I started with, which were pen reviews, because it's back to school season, y'all, and there are some pretty awesome products hitting the shelves that I would like to explore. So thanks again for watching. I hope you had a wonderful July and that your August is even better, and feel free to keep watching, because I will keep producing content, and hopefully at a quicker pace once my air comes back on. See you later. Bye.